Hello, ladies and gents. Coming at you today with some sad news. Enzo Link, who many of you may have seen in our live chats on a week to week basis, just known simply as Enzo, and if you were in our Facebook group, he went by Link, suddenly passed away a couple days ago. So, Joe and I thought we would take the next however long to talk about him and celebrate his life, but also to talk about his passion for Master Universe and I, our show because he loved our show and he had a massive collection. Which there's a video that he posted in our group that we'll put up. So Joe, I'll pass it over to you, and you can kind of start to talk about him more because I was only Facebook friends with him for a little bit. I would see his posts in the group and react to his posts in the group, and he may have added Tyler and Newt along the way as well. But I know that he was the one that also sent you tons of packages with all the food, all the hot stuff. Which I don't know if some of that was stuff that you passed along to us along the way as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know
I was just,
he sent you a lot of cool shit.
yeah, I was trying to keep it together, and I thought I was going to, but just as we started, and you saying that, I mean, he's a really good guy. Um, you, you don't realize the impact maybe you have on somebody's life, or they have on yours, and he was just always such a great guy. And you're right, he sent things to me, and I never asked. I told him, I was like, you didn't have to do that, and hold on. But he just said he did it because he liked doing that, and it just happened 2 days ago. It was on May 17th, and a message. I've never spoken to his wife before, and his wife just sent a message saying she had some really bad news, and I immediately was thinking, "Oh God, this can't be what I'm thinking." I sent her a message back. I was like, "Please tell me nothing really bad," and she just said he passed just passed away, and he was everything was good that day. He just passed away, and she said he always was talking about me, and he loved our podcast. And when you hear something like that, I guess your brain can't just process sometimes some things, and it's not like I wish bad on any bad people in the world, but I always think it's like, God, this world is full of so many people that are just horrible and rotten, and they seem like they just go on and on. And then you have somebody that just was such a kind soul who would do anything for somebody, and they're taken away. It just ain't fair. It ain't fair. And his wife said that he would give his shirt off his back for anybody, and it just showed. It's just life is really unfair, and he left behind, like I said, his wife and three little girls. And I'll pass it to you a little bit. I just want to try to calm down. I knew him for it was a really long time, like months, but I felt like I've known him forever. It just things that it just isn't fair. But go ahead, Nathan. I just want to try to compose. I'm sorry.
It's going back to something that you had mentioned there at the beginning. Um, it's kind of hard to for us to process sometimes. Wow, Joe, thanks. I thought I was going to be okay, and here I am, kind of starting to tear up a little bit. I think it's tough for us sometimes, and I feel like maybe I might be one of the harder ones to really kind of let this part of it sink in, that I don't understand the gravitas sometimes of what we do and how much we can mean to people, like we meant to Enzo, because he went to Joe's T Public and posterized our logo and had it hanging on his wall, like, and those are things that I don't think about stuff like that sometimes. I'm like, wow, I just think we're here, hanging out and bullshitting, but we're actually reaching people in a way that I never thought that we would. So, I don't, I didn't know him that well. Like I said before, I would just see his posts on Facebook. I know he just had recently attained that at Havoc staff that was to scale to a human, and it was very, very impressive, which you guys saw there in that graphic. He was always just, especially this last month or so, he was just posting in the group, here's my collection, check this out. And he liked a wide variety of things. It wasn't just Masters of the Universe. And when we put that video up, you guys can just kind of check that out, because he was into, you could see the DVD collection too, and that's something I always like to hone in on when people post their collections or videos. I'm like, oh, what kind of movies do they like? What kind of TV shows do they like? And you could just really quickly, you could see some of the superhero movies. Like, I'm pretty sure there was a Xena box set in there. I don't know. I might pause it when we play the video so we can kind of look at all the stuff. But I mean, Justice League, anime, Power Rangers. It looks like a massive, decently sized Power Rangers collection in there too. Now I'm just kind of rambling a little bit. I just things like this are unfortunate, and I think by all accounts, I think this is sort of the first time, I would say, unless there was anything that kind of went unbeknownst to us, that this is the first time that someone in our community has passed away. I mean, there have been others in, like, as Master Universe community as a whole that we've seen in passing. I think this is the first time, like, directly within our little small niche community that we've built the last little bit. But lost for words. I figured that once we started going with this, it would be a little rambling, and we would just kind of sit here, just sort of reflect on everything. Joe, what was some of the hot stuff that he had sent you? I know he had posted a video doing that shitty hot gum.
No, I mean, he sent the gummy bears and the toe of Satan, and that's what I meant. It's just he was so giving. He just wanted to, that's what I mean. He just wanted to see people happy and do things. And then he was even proud to say he wanted to do the hot gum and do that, in our group. And he said it was the first time he ever wanted to do a live, like, we made him, and I made him feel so comfortable. He did something that he was out of his comfort zone. He was like, I'll do a live, and it's, again, it's like this connection that you have with people. You don't think that you're going to have an impact to where you
they want to torture themselves too by eating hot stuff.
Yeah, well, like eating hot stuff, but actually doing lives to where they don't like doing stuff like that. And he felt so comfortable, and was, I think he said he was having his father-in-law watch him too. And just, when you can have that impact on somebody, it's like, wow. But he impacted me so hard, because, I mean, he was sending other things. He'd send me maple cookies, and he knew that, like how I'd ramble about how on the podcast how cheap I am, and I have, like, Kroger and Dollar Tree syrup for my pancakes. He was like, you've never had real maple syrup? And I was like, no. He's like, well, I'm in Canada, we have real.
I was gonna say, being from Canada, that's kind of
a thing.
How dare you, Joe?
Exactly. It was like, like, hey, what are you doing? So it's like, I'm gonna I'm gonna send you some real maple syrup, and it came in glass bottles, and I was like, wow, this is what real stuff tastes like, and I, it's weird, but it's how he was so loving and giving. He wanted others to just have fun and experience everything they could, and I kept those bottles. The one is such a really beautiful like maple bottle. I'm gonna try to clean it out. I might even keep it as a display in back of me. But I mean, then other things like he knows like my equipment. I'm not asking for new masks, new mics, new this, but he would send stuff because he wanted my experience to be as good as possible on this podcast. And like this black mask I'm wearing, this is from him.
I
And
remember when you got that package. I'm like, how much stuff is in there, man?
yeah, it's like I just couldn't believe, but I just, to let his wife know, I know she's watching, and everybody know this mask, I'm always gonna wear it, and that means Enzo is always gonna be part of the show and a part of me. It's his soul, everything, his spirit. It's always gonna be with the show and with us, and definitely with me. I'm never gonna let it go. Every time I put this black mask on, I'm always gonna think of him. That's the first thing before starting the show. My buddy's
Just
with me.
see, just start rubbing that instead of rubbing your chest, Joe.
Yeah, exactly. Do something that's
There
a
you go.
little nice instead of
Yeah,
perverted.
there you go.
But yeah, he's really. It's like he's a part of me in this show. He's just such a great friend, and it shows that you don't have to know somebody for 20 years to be close to them. I knew him for 9 months, but like I said, it felt like I've known him forever. I'd never seen somebody with such kindness, and that's the other thing. I never seen this man say a negative thing online. Everything he posted was positive. Every message he sent me was nothing but positive stuff. We're all guilty, like including me, of maybe just getting off the rails and saying some negative stuff. Sometimes it happens, but with Enzo, I never heard and seen a negative thing from that man. I mean, what a shining light, you know.
Right. I don't know what to add to it, Joe. I really don't. Like I wish I knew him better. I wish I'd gotten to know him better, but I guess I could thank him for the gummy bear.
Yeah, yeah, he gave you a gummy bear. He gave you a little torture, huh? You and Rebecca and John. He gave you all a. See, it's something, like I know he wouldn't, like you said, want us to, you know, be sad all the time or anything. He wants to celebrate his life and everything. And that's, like I said, that's why I wanted to do something to honor somebody that great. It's just you don't get many people like that in the world anymore, and it's if you had more people like Enzo, maybe this world would be a little bit better, because
Well, yeah,
yeah,
that
because
that would be a good thing.
no, and it really would, because so many people focus on negative, and I mean really negative, vile things. Like, this is your life. That's how you want to live. That's your legacy. It's like that's not a way to live. And that's why I encourage anybody out there listening. If you honestly, yeah, if you have some family or friends maybe you haven't talked to in a while, and it was over some stupid little gripe, let that go. Let everybody know you love them, because you never know what's going to happen, and you might regret that, saying, I wish I would have told that person I love them. Like, let everybody know. I say to Nathan, Tyler, and Rebecca, after we're done, every night doing the podcast, I tell you all I love you. And
Well, say now sometimes that's in quick fashion. You're like, hey, I gotta go, love you, bye, and then
well,
you
when I have to
click.
go pee or something, but
Uh
otherwise, I tell them that. It's just because you never know what will happen. And if you have anybody out there, just trust me, tell them you love them. You don't want any regrets.
That's true. Wise words from Joe Amato. What I'll do now, I'll go ahead and we'll play that video of his collection so you guys could see it. There was a photo on Facebook that was just his master's collection, but I kind of want to play this. It just kind of
Yeah.
showcases
Oh,
it.
and before I was gonna say, before we do another thing, like I said, that he did beyond, like I said, always supporting the show, getting banners of our logo. I mean, his wife, he got his wife Golden Girl shirt. That one design I did, actually got that for her too. So it just shows, like they're all, you know, just a connection. Like, she even said she hopes she keeps in touch with me. And like I said, I've never spoken with her before until this week, and I definitely will. It's like I want to make sure there's always a connection. She knows, we're always here. And but yeah, you can go ahead and play that video.
All right. Pop it up here and play. There's no audio to this, so you guys will just kind of see. He's got some vintage stuff. He's got the Revelation stuff. He's got some Origin stuff. He was just kind of collecting it all when it came to Master of the Universe. Yeah, there's the vintage stuff there, Battle Bones and all the vehicles and everything. I even had the stuff from the CG show.
Yeah.
So it got some Justice League, Batman '60s series stuff. That's actually kind of cool clock that he had there too. I just noticed that. Lots of
Yeah.
swords and daggers and arcade one-up and Mortal Kombat.
Nice.
McFarlane DC stuff. Some hatchets, some size, a little Sailor Moon and some Spawn.
Some everything.
That
Yeah.
may have been an original card of Trapjaw or commemorative. Not sure. Voltron, Power Rangers. Like, I mean, just all. It's kind of like all of our collections. I feel like just
Yeah, pretty much,
random, tons of stuff. All these there was the DVDs. Hang on, hang on. Come on. What do we got here? Got some Star Trek, some Star Wars, Superman box set. Is that Murder, She Wrote? That might be Murder, She Wrote, maybe. Third Rock from the Sun, Laurel and Hardy, Darkwing Duck.
Wait, this is a
So
guy loved everything. It's
so
just
yeah,
like,
the
that's
DVD
amazing.
collection is just like the action figures, man.
And we even that's the other thing I want to mention. We even inspired him when we did that Fire and Ice episode. He actually bought that DVD. You know, he liked hearing about it, never seen it, and bought that just because of us. And yeah, this
Well, and that's what I hope for most of the time when we do the show, especially when we do other things. Is that I hope if someone has never seen it, they that's something that after they hear us talk about it, they're like, hey, yeah, I'll go watch that.
yeah, and that's the thing about like how when I acknowledge everybody in the chat, and that's what I'm letting everybody know. You guys really are a part of this show, and you're more than just a person there that I read a name off to. Or, for some places, some, people that maybe have millions of viewers, you're more than just a dollar super chat. You are actually, you are friends, you're people we care about, and some we get to know a lot more. I'm so glad I got to know Enzo because, man, just like I said, so close and a great friend. And yeah, it's, he's going to be missed. And just, we wanted to honor him, just him and a great father, husband, and friend to everybody. Definitely.
I think you said it best. I can't. There's nothing else I can add to that.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right. I just want to say, love you, Enzo. You'll be missed. And prayers to your wife and your children and your whole family. God bless you all.